Today, we're talking about a topic that a lot of men need to understand: provision, protection, and the true value of a woman. Thank you for coming back to Martin is Chosen Too. I hope everybody's had a great week. So let's start this off. Men are designed to provide and protect. As men, we are built to provide and protect. That is our natural role. But here's the key. We are meant to provide for a woman who values herself, a woman who has preserved her virtue, a woman who respects herself and makes wise decisions about her future. This is the type of woman a man should be willing to go all in for. I mean, there should be nothing that a man won't do for that type of woman. That's the woman who deserves full provision. She deserves full security and full love. If it goes to the point where you're talking about you're a sucker for love, that's the type of woman that you should be a sucker for love for. I mean, there's no question. There's nothing that you should be able willing to. I mean, if you have the resources, there should be nothing that woman should not be able to get from you. But what happens when a woman doesn't protect her virtue? When she moves carelessly, engaging in relationships with multiple men, having children by different fathers, does she still hold the same value as a woman who made different choices? Understanding value in relationships. Now, let me be clear. Every human being has intrinsic, how do you say that word? Intrinsic worth. But in relationships, choices matter. A woman who has been reckless in her past cannot expect the same treatment as a woman who made the conscious decision to protect herself. Big difference. If a woman has had multiple partners and children by different men, she is not in the same category as a woman who has saved herself for one man. Or, in this day and age, I'm not even just talking about one man, but she has been to the point where she has not spread herself thin. You know, a lot of these women call it, I was in my hoe phase. And they expect the women that have been in their hoe phase, they expect the same treatment as a woman who has been respectful and, maintain her virtuosity. It's madness. It's madness how you can think that a man should treat her like, a queen, basically. You understand what I'm saying? So, but that's just reality. This doesn't mean she shouldn't be taken care of, but it does mean she should be more willing to assist in providing for the home. Because she's the type of woman say, I don't want to do nothing. I want to be taken care of. Hold on. You should have been taken care of by your first baby daddy. If not your first one, your second one. Or your first husband. Your second, you know what I mean? So anyway, men, be careful about dating single mothers. Let's talk about single mothers. Studies and real life experiences have shown that many women with children will date a man for financial stability, not for love. And the harsh truth is the children from another man often do not appreciate the efforts of the stepfather. They will admire and love their biological father, even if he is a deadbeat, even if he did nothing for them. Meanwhile, the stepfather who provided, who made sacrifices, who was there day in and day out, often gets little to no respect. I've seen stories how men took care of girls since they were babies. I mean, all their life, their stepfather stayed in the same city, their real father stayed in the same city, did nothing to him. She graduated from college, she got married. When she got married, the stepdad paid for the wedding. But guess what? She wanted her real father to walk her down the aisle. As a man, you know how hurtful that has to be? But she didn't care. All she cared about was her father. You gotta think about this. You know what I mean? This is an investment that you are providing. Not only an investment, this is your security that you're putting on the line, because when you have multiple people inside of your home, the way those doors open and close are always at risk. So you are putting your security on the line for people or children that probably are not going to appreciate it once they come of age. Of course, they're going to, like you while you're there. They're younger, they're growing up because you were providing for them. But once they get to a point when they can provide for themselves and they don't need you, is when you actually get to see the true character. Think about it. How many stories have we heard of stepdaughters getting married and refusing to let their stepdad walk them down the aisle? How many? I mean, I'm pretty sure the one I just shared, which isn't the first time you heard that, I'm pretty sure y'all have heard this before or y'all have read it. They want their biological father there, even if he had been absent for the most of their life. Yet, that same woman expected the stepfather to provide for her and her kids. Amazing, isn't it? And here's where it gets worse. Many of these women don't want the stepfather to discipline their kids. Now, I'm not saying that we go in there wanting to discipline somebody else's kid. I'm not saying that. That's, you know what I mean, what you go in. But I was told a long time ago that you do not accept responsibility for anything that you don't have authority over. They want his money, but they don't want his leadership. A man should never accept responsibility where he has no authority. If you're expected to provide for a child, you should also have the authority to guide and discipline that child. If you don't have that authority, walk away, brother. Walk away. I mean, I know you may love her, but what I'm providing for you is instruction for the future. Now, you are more than welcome to stay there with that woman, but mind you, that the only time that you really know if a woman loves you, or a mother loves you, or a woman with children loves you, is once those kids are gone. And if you don't believe me, brother, just Google it. Just Google the story. Just Google it and just see, the percentage of the manipulation. Now, I'm not saying all the children, single mothers are like that, but is it worth it to find out when you can, Now, mind you, I was instructed by an older guy when he said the best way, he says, if you want to date a single mother who has the ability to provide for her children and you. Not saying that she is going to provide for you, but she's providing for you and her kids. She has the ability to, because now she has chosen you. She has not chosen you for financial reasons. She has chosen you because she likes you or she loves you. But most of these women don't. They expect you to come in to take care of them and their kids. And that's a red flag. Stop rewarding women who made bad choices. There are men out here, we like to call them simps, lames, or weak men, who will fully provide for a woman with a reckless past just to have access to her body. Thirsty. These men are being used for financial security, while these women still chase after the men who see them as nothing more than a moment of pleasure. So they have this attraction to the certain man, probably the men that their children's father. That is actually the man that they're usually attracted to. But the man that they're usually attracted to is probably the same man that the other 80% of the women in the world are attracted to, and those men have their pick of the litter. So those women that they see are women that they use. They can come off of. You know what I mean? They don't have to show, and they don't have to put any real effort into those women. Those women don't require real effort from those men. They require that real effort from the simps, from the lame, from the weak men, the men that they feel that they can use, or the men that they are not really attracted to. So because they are not attracted to you, really, they require other things to balance out the situation. Women know these men are weak, and they take full advantage of them. They'll marry them, secure the financial benefits, and still cheat with the men they truly desire. And the weak man, he just accepts her back in her broken state. Don't be that man, brother. Don't be that man. Find a woman who values herself, who made the decision to preserve her worth. That's the woman you go all in for. They're out there. They might not be numerous, but they're out there. You have to stop being so thirsty to provide to your lower nature. As long as your lower nature controls you, you will continue to put yourself in these positions. Once you start maintaining your self-worth or you're in control of your natural desires, it's natural to want, you know what I mean, a woman, blah, blah. And I'm not telling you not to. I'm saying, now, in my lower state, I recognize those women, and I used, because they were trying to use me, I used them for the way that they were trying to use me. But now, as I get older, I don't even indulge in that, because the simple fact is, yeah, I might just be using her like she's using me, but at the same time, I put myself at risk to attract STDs. Now, when I say STDs, you may think I'm talking about sexually transmitted diseases. No, brother. I'm talking about something that's far worse than sexually transmitted disease. I'm talking about sexually transmitted demons. These demonic spirits, these Jezebel spirits that are attached to these worldly women, these women who have had multiple men orgasming in them, releasing, you know what I mean, that their spirit into these women. So you can imagine that she has all these different spirits, because with semen, it becomes a part of her. That's just science, bro. It's just science. So you have this woman who has slept with hundreds of men, and you wonder why she's thrown off, because she has all these spirits attached to her. It's a cold game once you start reading into it and learning what happens during sex, what is actually transmitted during sex. And I'm not talking about diseases. I'm talking about on a spiritual level. Yo, you want to find you a woman that has protected herself. That's the woman you go all in for. That's the woman you provide, you protect, and you profess. If we continue treating promiscuous women the same way we treat virtuous women, why would any woman choose to be virtuous or choose virtue? You understand? Like, okay, so she's looking at this. Okay, so I've only been with one man in my life. I don't have multiple kids. I got a job. I do this. I went to college. Blah blah blah. I did all this. Blah blah blah. And this other girl, she's got 4 different kids by 3 different dudes. This guy does all this, but you treating her the same way you would treat this other woman. It doesn't work that way, bro. That's why the dating scene is so messed up. It's not messed up because of those women. Those types of women have always been there. All you have to do is read Bible. Those type of women, what has changed is the men. These men have become weak. I don't even blame the woman. I'm blaming weak men. My message is not addressed to women. My message is addressed to weak men. Men who have allowed this to progress or to explode. These men with this Ahab spirit. That's what I'm trying to. This is who this message is for. Them, I know they probably don't want to hear it, but still I have to give it to you. But again, why would a woman choose virtue if she can go out here and lower herself and degrade herself and still be treated like a queen? Why would she choose virtue? There has to be a difference. There has to be a reward for making wise choices. Now, ladies, if there is a lady watching this, I don't want you to think I'm knocking you or beating down on you, because at the same time, there are men out there that are dogs. And so and I'm pretty sure there are women out there who give you this message about dogs. But at the same time, is a lot of these women, these single mothers, that's who they are attracted to. They are attracted to these dog men. And when they get fleas, they blame men as a whole. No. You have become psychologically defective. That type of toxicity is what attracts you. That's what makes you tick. Men, choose wisely. Your value is too high to waste on a woman who didn't value herself. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree? Disagree? Let's have this conversation. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Martin is Chosen, signing out. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it.